Yeah, the journey I have talked many times. Initially, I started engineering consultancy business. That was my dream. Same idea: design something, help people to develop their products, help them, and they take a contract, take money from them. Then I realized the money flow is not never constant. Only when there's a project, I'll have money. So I started this YouTube channel as a revenue backup. Even if something happens to my engineering service business, there should be a constant revenue flow because education content on YouTube or education content on Google, they are it's a golden goose. The money will keep on coming, evergreen money. So that's why I started this channel, and it was a good hit. People liked the videos, and it kept on growing. And why the channel is still growing and people are coming back to the videos, I think the way we explain this. So we always try to avoid the textbook style of explanation. Instead, we go with a very logical step-by-step process that is physics oriented. Even if you watch the latest video of microwave oven, we start with a very simple fundamental that how can we have a very basic microwave oven, and it will some issues, and to solve that issues we are improving the design again some other issue, and finally we are making some more changes. Now the design is perfect. So even our videos are a design journey, and design is never a one morning process. Initially they will release one prototype that's working fine for a product. The next version will be much better than that, right? And this design journey, in fact, we are showing in our videos. Started from a simple physics idea and to finally how to reach that product, the final product that we are using today. And that journey we are showing in 7 or 8 minutes. It's not a simple thing. There has to be many iterations and many discussion and many changes in the script. So our videos are also design oriented, even though they are videos. I think that's why people are liking it. It's easy to understand, easy to catch. They also enjoy the journey. Yeah, especially in India, a huge gap, unbelievable gap. First of all, our textbooks are useless. They are completely, they should be put in the dustbin. Completely useless, especially the textbook written by Indian authors. Most of the universities are following Indian authors textbook. I don't know why. Completely useless books. And there are good foreign authors textbook, well reputed globally with global good standard. They can follow that. I think after H.C. Verma of higher secondary, +1, +2, I never came across a good Indian authors textbook. H.C. Verma's Concept of Physics was marvelous book in global standard. We Indians can be proud of that books, those two books. But after that, all the books I came across, which is written by Indian authors, were completely useless. Even my university my college was following that. Even in exams, those questions are exactly asked. So, and these books are not at all conceptually oriented. They will just explain things in a short way, in a capsule way. There is no there is no proper conceptual knowledge transfer is happening. They're just most of the time they're just mugging up the answers without understanding what is the technology. And that's okay. They can just reproduce that question. But if they want to become successful engineers, if they want to innovate something, if they want to design something, how that can be helpful without proper understanding of the existing technologies? Because it's not at all connected. They just mugged up it, and they don't know why the things are the way are today. At least if they know why the induction motor is designed the way it is today, why the design is not like that, they can maybe design a different kind of motor. So here in our Indian education system, there is nothing like that. It's completely, even the fundamentals of the education textbooks are completely wrong. They should be banned in my opinion, and they should be replaced with good quality international books. Even the exams questions should also be asked from that only. Then there will be a huge change. Students now have to understand the concepts really well to clear the exam. It should be in that level. Otherwise, there is no hope. And some students who really struggle hard, they by first or second years of their engineering life, they understand these books are useless. My teacher is not that great, or luckily they get some good teachers. They will have some good life in engineering colleges, and they will have good life even after engineering. In engineering profession, they will really reach great heights in their life. But most of the students, more than 90%, They just go with the flow and they just get lost. Yeah, and only the rebels in Indian engineering colleges get a good engineering life. That's the truth. Rebels who understand the system is completely wrong. But except IITs and NITs, in IITs I saw a wonderful education system. NIT also I heard is good. Apart from that, most of the colleges are useless. Yeah, so yeah, if I hadn't started this, I would have continued the engineering consultancy work even now. That is going well. There was nothing wrong with that. But after 1 or 2 years, what happened? Revenue of this Lasix YouTube channel overtook engineering service revenue. It's an easy money, right? You upload some videos and it keeps on producing money. In engineering service, where you have to keep on working for new projects. And after 2 years, I think the revenue of YouTube channel was more than revenue of engineering service work. Eventually, I stopped it. So if we hadn't started the Lasix channel, we would have continued this engineering service work. But I don't know where we would reach in revenue terms. It will be much lower than the YouTube revenue. Yeah, Indian students are luckily very smart, very brainy people. In my opinion, we Indians are maybe top 5 in brain capacity. And this is a fact, this is not racism. I have experienced this. According to the country, people have different brain capability. In my opinion, Germans are the most brainy people. Nobody can beat them in intelligence and smartness and sharpness or innovation. And we Indians are in top 5. But thing is, with our engineering education system, our engineering students should understand the textbook they are using or maybe the teachers they are having, they are mostly horrible. So what they can do, they can, in my opinion, they can find out their passion in the very first year. Maybe for a electronics engineer, he can fix. Robotics is my passion. And for robotics, what are the things I should learn, the subject knowledge, that he can deeply focus. Also start practical learning from the very first year. Start building robots, play with them. And when he builds, he will understand, I lack subject knowledge in this field. So when these courses come, I should focus more on that. And he will really enjoy that. And Indian students are such that they are really smart. They don't want help of teachers or anyone. They can buy good quality textbooks from outside. I mean international books. Or there are a lot of content on internet even nowadays. And people like you are there, Elite Techno Group. There are a lot of opportunities now. So they have to fix one passion in the very first year and start focusing on that. Learn the subject, implement the subject knowledge they have learned into a product, see whether it's working or not. If it is not working, what's the subject knowledge they are lacking? Learn it again. And if they continue like this 4 years, they will have 4 or 5 projects in their resume, really working products. Some of them might be innovative. They can even publish papers on that. And by the time they will have learned a lot of skills, software, this product design software, deep subject knowledge. And if a student has such a resume, which company doesn't want to recruit him? Or even they can start their own business if something innovative comes out. There's a huge possibility. So it's all about the approach from the very first year. If you leave like, I just really missed it because I understood all this game of Indian engineering college by the end of 4th year. But if I now have a chance to go back, then I will live like this. I will fix my passion the very first year and just focus on that. By the end of 4th year, I will be an amazing engineer. They are same. They are just different terms. Development means, I think the term development is more glamorous. Electric motor developer or engine developer. And when you say design, yeah, they are more or less same. I think development is a more right term, more accurate term for an engineer. Because design, when you say design, there are a lot of classifications, maybe graphic design or some 2D art design or sketch design. That's not specific. So if you say development, then that's very specific. Product development or antenna development. So that's the right term, I guess. But both are right. We can use them interchangeably. So he is confused about the designing software in electrical engineering. I don't know why he is confused. Just search on Google. Best software for electrical engineers for design purpose. In my opinion, So just Google your niche. Suppose you want to become an electrical machine designer, just search software used for electrical machine designs. There will be 5 or 6 software. All are competitive software, and select one or two and start studying that. I think top one for electrical machine is from Siemens. I don't remember name of that software. And luckily, all these companies are providing students version for the software because they want students to learn it, because the current students are the future managers. They want to convince them. So learn it well, then you will enjoy the process.